The immense resistance President Ibrahim Traore, alongside alliance of Sahel states members against insurgency, including a number of terrorist groups, is sending clear signals to those who thought nothing will be achieved by these three leaders who were looked at as selfish leaders who just wanted to gain power for their benefits. Recent military operations, including the capture and neutralization of most wanted terrorists leaders, plus a number of terrorists who were eliminated by both the military of Mali and Burkina Faso, marked a significant milestone in AES fight against terrorism. The improved tactics by the armed forces of the Alliance of Sahel States member military forces have played a significant role in the increased neutralization of terrorists in the Sahel region of West Africa. One may ask how the recent military operations, including capturing and neutralization of terrorists, were carried out, and which terrorist leaders were captured and eliminated respectively. Starting with the recent operation by the armed forces of Burkina Faso, a notorious leader of a certain terrorist group was captured following a well-organized and balanced follow-up, including both aerial and ground units. Going by the name Adama Umru, a significant leader in the Islamic State in the Greater Sahara, or simply EI-GS, a terrorist group which has and continuing to be stubborn in the Sahel region of West Africa. Being tracked and followed up with cutting-edge technology of the purchased drones by President Ibrahim Traore, plus improved ground units of Burkina military, Umru couldn't finally find any way to escape this time round. Another person may ask why the capture of Adama Umru was greatly important, and how about the terrorist group he has been working for? This local branch of the Islamic State group ISIS was at first self-proclaimed the outgrowth of a schism within Movement for Oneness and Jihad in West Africa, or simply MUYO. Drawing many of its fighters from those native to the areas in which it operates, EI-GS in recent months has expanded its territorial operations along the Niger-Burkina Faso border, as well as into the Gourma region south of Timbuktu in Mali. Through the use of drones, real-time video and images of enemy positions, terrain, and potential threats were captured. This information was transmitted to Command Center for analysis, allowing ground commanders to make better decisions. President Ibrahim Traore has managed to make significant progress in the fight against insurgency in Burkina Faso. The relentless tracking of a number of terrorist areas by the armed forces using drone technology and well-trained spies has greatly led to obtaining a number of territories from terrorists. Coupled with arresting numerous traitors and destabilizers, President Ibrahim Traore is finding a way for Burkina Faso to gain its desired freedom. Terrorists who had thought that they were untouchable, they are now starting to realize that the beginning of the end of their stubbornness in the Sahel region of West Africa is already moving steadily. On the other hand, recently, the Malian army neutralized key terrorists, including the most wanted leader in Bear. involving their leader, going by the name Aliza al-Johia, also known as Jalabib al-Ansari. He was believed to be responsible for numerous atrocities against local populations, including targeted assassinations and attacks on the Malian armed forces. Being ambushed together with other terrorists, the operation was a well-organized one. After a certain period of tracking and gathering the necessary information about this group of terrorists, the operation was a successful one for the Malian armed forces. What has been a persistent and growing strength of violent extremist organizations in the Sahel, which had threatened to exacerbate the humanitarian crisis and spread instability across West Africa, posing significant security and financial risks to the continent, is now steadily becoming solved by the new wave of leaders like President Ibrahim Traore and colleagues. Since gaining independence in the 1960s, many countries in the Sahel have experienced violent extremism due to the confluence of weak and illegitimate governance, economic decline, and the worsening effects of climate change. In order to increase the efficiency of fighting terrorism in the Sahel region of West Africa, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso announced the formation of the joint force following talks in the Nigerian capital Niamey. This joint force would, with no doubt, eliminate terrorist groups utilizing the border areas of these three countries. Fighting numerous terrorist groups in the region, including Islamist groups linked to Al-Qaeda and Islamic State, has been the major focus of these three leaders of the Alliance of Sahel States.